With former British leaders such as Winston Churchill and Boris Johnson,
My friends, I was too fat.
it's probably not too much of a stretch to say that Rishi Sunak is one of the healthiest PMs we've ever had. But just how exactly does the 44-year-old Prime Minister maintain his physique? Well, after doing some research, it seems to come down to an exercise regimen of morning runs and Peloton bike sessions, as well as a diet of Greek yogurt, sweet Indian snacks, and Mexican Coca-Cola.
I'm a Coke addict.
Sounds fairly easy, right? Well, there is one thing I missed out. A weekly 36-hour fast. This might be a little more difficult than I was anticipating. But if I am able to complete this challenge, I'll be rewarding myself with all of these delicious looking Indian snacks.
Gulab jamun.
But first, let's go for a run. Well, it is the morning, and I'm running, so I think that's part one of Rishi's regimen officially ticked off. Now, I mentioned earlier that for breakfast, Rishi likes Greek yogurt, so that's exactly what I am admittedly very far away from purchasing. But with that said, let's get back to it. Now, I'm taking another quick break to tell you that, unfortunately, I'm not married to the daughter of one of the richest people in India, so I don't exactly have the budget to buy a Peloton bike just for this video. But I won't be making any excuses, so I do have something a little different planned. Alright, so I'm now heading back, and I've procured what is, unfortunately, my last meal of this challenge. 450 grams of Fage Greek yogurt. Now, I know that may seem like a lot, and it is, but I'm gonna need every single gram if I'm to survive this challenge. It is now 9 AM and I've just finished my yogurt. Honestly, it wasn't great, but it's better than nothing, which coincidentally is exactly what I'll be eating for the next 36 hours. As I mentioned earlier, I do not have a Peloton bike, but I will still be engaging in some slightly different virtual exercise. So let's get to it. It's now been 12 hours since I started this challenge, and honestly, I'm not feeling too bad. Of course, I'm hungry, but that's about it. I'm not looking forward to waking up in the morning, because I think it will probably get a lot worse then. But so far, so good. But of course, I'll catch up with you in the morning, when I'm sure the picture won't be so rosy.
Wow, you're even shorter in real life.
Good morning, it's now the next day, and unfortunately, my prediction last night was pretty accurate. Honestly, I don't feel hungry. It's more that I just have no energy. I did want to go for another run this morning, but I overslept, and really, I'm not sure I could even make it out of the house at this point. I feel completely fine, surprisingly so, but the energy is just not there. I've got no idea how Rishi Sunak manages to keep this up every week. I feel like it would make me pretty irritable and unable to perform one of the most taxing jobs in the world, so I can't say I envy his position. But other than that, I think I can make it through this one time, as long as I only have to lay in bed. So hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, I'll see you at the 36-hour mark. 36 pretty unenjoyable hours later, I have finally finished training like Rishi Sunak. And that means I get to enjoy some of his favorite Indian snacks. This is a moment I've been looking forward to for the last 2 days, because it has been absolute torture having to stare at this assortment of delicious looking food. So first, let me grab what I think is my favorite of these snacks. And that is an absolutely enormous bag of banana chips. Now, I actually had no idea these originated in India, but as soon as I found out, I of course had to add them to the basket. So let's crack them open and enjoy my first piece of food for 36 hours. And I'll of course be giving you a rating of each one. Now, I do remember liking these the last time I had them, but honestly now, food has never tasted better. Now, I could very easily eat this entire bag, that is how good they are, but I'll save your time by moving on. And of course, in case there was any doubt, these are a 10 out of 10. And next up, something a little more savory is this. I won't even try to pronounce the name, but apparently this is a delicious blend of savory noodles, lentils, and peanuts. I do actually have 4 of these because they were so cheap, and I had to reach the Amazon free shipping quota, so I really hope I like these or they're gonna be sitting around for a very long time. Ooh, that's a strong smell. Oh, that's so strong. It's like a really earthy, even floury taste. You know what, I wasn't expecting them to taste like this, but now that I'm used to it, they're okay. Yeah, really wasn't expecting this flavor, but I don't hate it. I'll give those a 7 out of 10. Next up is something Rishi Sunak's mother has made him quite a lot of times, and that is burfi. I know there are lots of different types of burfi, and I'm sure this is not the typical one, but it's the only one I could find, and it is traditional Indian cashew fudge. So I'm gonna break this open and see what I think. There it is. Yeah, I like it. I was quite concerned about the flavor contrast, but it seems to work. I'll give those a 7 out of 10 as well. Moving on to the final snack, and it is the only canned food in this entire assortment.
Gulab jamun.
Now, I would show you, but it is literally filled to the brim. I'm not sure how much you can see on there, but they kind of look like mini egg yolks swimming around in there. See the sugar clumping to it. Whoa. Yeah, that's good. The closest thing I could really compare to it is a profiterole. But other than that, it is so sweet and sugary. Really nice though, I just don't think I could handle many of them. But I think I'm still gonna give it 8 out of 10. So that's an average score of 8 across the board, which I think is pretty good considering just how much variety we've got here. But of course, these are still an absolute favorite. But while I'm enjoying a few more, I did want to let you know that this video is part of a 2-week series leading up to the election on July the 4th, where we'll be doing silly political stuff like this, but also some serious stuff that you might find interesting. So if any of that sounds remotely entertaining, please make sure to follow along by subscribing down below. Make sure you check back on the night of the election, as we'll be doing live stream coverage all throughout the night. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this challenging but ultimately rewarding video, and I'll see you next time.